our cooperation, but this is completely unfair.
This is fucking useless. Thank you.
For action from the Commission.
Thank you.
And the Council. The European Parliament is not.
Take the NIMD.
This go.
Thank you.
My next speaker on behalf of the ESN group is Mr. Sipskeski.
These difficult names.
Thank you, Chair.
Sipnepski.
40 years, a long time. Best football player, Margaret Thatcher, was the ruling person in the UK. Uganda has had the same president all the time, so no surprise.
Dictator.
Changes. But for the 40 years, the president of Uganda did not change either. He rules with the same methods all the time. And this shows the divergence between what we're talking here, where we condemn the behavior of authorities and that we make business with Uganda. So here there is this discrepancy, because on the one hand we talk about it and indeed we invest there and we have a policy.
He has a female voice because of the translator.
Business and raw materials.
I think he is from Hungary and this is the original. So let's go back to English.
Thank you.
Much, dear colleague. I have 3 requests.
Therefore, is absolutely indispensable. We stand on the side of the people of Uganda, not on the side of political repression. Power without legitimacy is fragile. Stability with no freedom is fragile too. So we need to make sure that we protect human rights. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schenk.
On behalf of the Socialists and Democrats group.
Herr Präsident, President, Commissioner.
Mr. Bullman.
Please allow me to read a social media post, to quote it.
22 NUP terrorists since last week. NUP steht für National Unity.
NUP is the National Unity Platform. That's the opposition party. I continue to quote.
He's reading Muhoozi tweets.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, the situation in Uganda is not only a problem for Bobby Wine, of course it is for him and his family. It's not only a problem for Uganda, for the country. We've seen that last year in Tanzania. We are fortunately seeing that in other parts of Africa. But this is also a failure for us. It's a failure of our development cooperation policy.
Totally
because
failed.
I will remind that in the UN SDGs, the 16th SDG is about good governance, and this is exactly what is lacking, for example, in Uganda. And then we are thinking, why is the case that for every euro that we are sending in our development cooperation, there are 10 times more euros that are evaporated in corruption in these countries. This is because there is no accountability.
No accountability.
The opposition is treated in that way because we have presidents that are in the 7th mandate without any check.
Dictators.
This is a failure also of our development cooperation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias, señor Stier.
Muchas gracias.
10 years ago, my first mandate is this European Parliament. I was a member of a EU electoral observation mission to Uganda, a country long tormented by oppressive, brutal regimes. Museveni was elected. So many years after, Museveni is still in place, but democracy has been eroded, human rights continue to be violated. I had the opportunity to check the importance and the weight of EU diplomacy on the spot in Uganda. So it summed up with the embassies of the member states, and we're still powerless in order to make the right point to bring about fair, credible elections in Uganda.
Yes.
So far, there is something we can do. Is make the case for human rights violated of the leaders of the opposition, so that the European message is still heard in Kampala, in Uganda, in all over the place, that we do care about those leaders of the opposition which are so unfairly prosecuted against. So please, Commissioner, take the message. Action is needed in Uganda, Kampala. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, señor López Aguilar. Mr. Tinkinen, C210.
Business and end to military trial of civilians, full accountability for the crimes committed and a real electoral reform. Today, we as European Parliament say clearly, we stand with Bobi Wine, Uganda's opposition and civil society, and all those who risk everything to demand freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean-Christophe. Thank you.
Friday is an author as well.
Herr Präsident.
Thank you, President. Idi Amin, former dictator of Uganda, said that he can't guarantee free.
We're now listening to a translator, that's why it doesn't sound good.
Of what's been happening in Uganda really can show that
original.
Das aus vielen afrikanischen Ländern. Die Opposition wird unterdrückt.
So this is the original language in German.
Auch Oppositionsführer Bobi Wine. Dabei hat die EU zwischen 2020 und 2024 fast 100 Millionen Euro ausgegeben, um die Governance in Uganda zu stärken. Das hat nicht so recht geklappt.
He is talking about the support the European Union is giving to improve governance, which has totally failed.
Focus development policy on economic growth and infrastructure, not just on exports.
Thank you.
That will give us access to resources. It's a win-win situation. That's the best way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
To the second part, on behalf of the EPP Group, Mr. Schenk.
Mr. Schenk.
Herr Präsident, liebe
President, colleagues, well, to talk about Uganda is uncomfortable, but to turn a blind eye is irresponsible. What we say, or what we don't say, is important. Uganda is in a situation which we cannot possibly ignore. We're talking about citizens who suffer from violence.
Thank you.
Media that are not allowed to do their work. Opposition with a very narrow and ever narrowing political area. So the elections have been characterized by imprisonment and also the removal of the internet, and Bobi Wine, who has had to go into hiding. This is a violation of basic principles. We in the Union want to have partnerships based on human dignity, on freedom, and on the rule of law. Our message, therefore, is absolutely
the Socialists and Democrats Group.
Herr Präsident, Frau
President, Commissioner.
Mr. Bullman.
Please allow me to read a social media post, to quote it.
22 NUP terrorists since last week. NUP steht für National Unity.
NUP is the National Unity Platform. That's the opposition party. I continue to quote.
He's reading Mohosi tweets.
The 23rd is Kabobi. Kabobi steht für Bobi Wine.
Kabobi is Bobi Wine, the leader of the opposition and the candidate for the presidency. That quote is from the son of the president.
Exactly.
He's also head of the Ugandan army. The post has now been removed, apparently because they fear an international reaction.
The only credible opposition candidate under house arrest. 40 years in power, and challengers are put under house arrest. This is not democracy, it is criminal. Now listen to what the EU's official policy is at the same time regarding its support for Uganda. The EU cooperates with Uganda to promote the country's green transition, support sustainable and inclusive job creation and investment growth, and strengthen democratic governance that advances social inclusion and human rights. It seems the support policy has not been very successful. The EU must now decide whether we want to continue financing these regimes that laugh at our declarations with gold teeth flashing, or is it time to adopt a new mantra for development aid as well? Here we draw the line. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear colleague. Madam Commissioner, you have the floor.
The Commissioner is now going to speak and she has more time. I'm very curious to hear what she has to
Honourable
say.
members, the Europeans have been following closely the run-up to and the elections on January 15, 26. These engagements included meetings with all political parties, including with the National Unity Platform, as well as with electoral bodies and with government and the leadership of the Ugandan People's Defence Forces. An EU-funded project focused on electoral violence prevention called Let's Talk Peace was launched ahead of the
Let's Talk Peace is a fucking program. Whitewashing.
A diplomatic watch by the EU delegation was carried out on election day, and the spokesperson of the European External Action Service issued a statement after the announcement of the results. As mentioned in the statement,
he was silent for 7 days.
The preliminary statement of the African Union COMESA joint observation mission as regards the involvement of the military in the electoral process, which is contrary to the Ugandan 1995 constitution. Furthermore, the internet shutdown implemented 2 days before the elections clearly limited access to information and freedom of association. We are also very concerned with the arbitrary arrests and suspension of numerous civil society organizations ahead of the elections. We call for investigations and accountability following the reports of death, violence and detentions of opposition politicians and human rights defenders, as well as for clarification of the current situation of Bobi Wine in particular. We call on all political actors to exercise restraint, to refrain from violence or incitement.
All political actors, the fucking dictator!